and it still feels that I basically relived all the moments starting from the Axis merger and the way we were trying to build the teams and how we the one-on-ones and we kind of basically relive at least all the highlights, right, in 1 hour, right? And as you all told, I might have taught many things, but I have also learned many things working with, because those are all really first for me also, because in US the teams were very small, and also the people were a lot more professional, educated, and I used to I was a director, I was having senior directors reporting to me also, so there is not much to coach them or whatever, right? And everybody has comes with a good or bad. They can't be changed. They can be kind of incorrigible, right? It may be good, it may be bad, right? And people come with good attitude. Means this is my space and this is how I am, and this is how I will be, right? But when it came here, I saw a good opportunity, and again people accepted me, and listening and learning from me. Gyan sunte the, or and they changed also. Right from people used to come and talk to me about, I need to take a day off because I have to take my, and then I used to tell them right then and there, saying that it is your day, your vacation, you are free to use it whichever way you want. You don't need to tell me what you want to do or why you want to take, right? Again, there may be certain days where I may call you back or say that you cannot take a day today because of the project. Then as long as we work on that front, we are similarly when I showed people how to do interviews and how to handle people on other side, because there is always on the two sides of the table, right? On this side is stress, it is giving stress to the other person, right? But do it professionally, because who knows, we may be on the other side sooner or later, right? But make them feel comfortable, and try to when they feel comfortable, they will answer even better. If they don't know, that's fine. You don't have to hire them, but don't have to cut them short or damage their confidence or things like that, right? So then people listen and take it, and again the way we all collectively managed the reduction in force, right, and all was really remarkable. People even work with me and try to find opportunities in other companies, their friends, etc. We try to be a little bit ahead. Actually, we did very few riffs. Actually, I think we can count on how many people really got displaced. But even then, those also we really try to manage it to the extent we can, giving them as much heads up as possible, even though it is not technically supposed to be done. We try to do it off the books and just give them hints. We didn't cross the line, but again we also gave them as much heads up so that they can start looking and be prepared for the thing, right? And again we also used to find out the people's interest. We had so many opportunities that a lot of times you just switch the people's roles and both are happy, right? So and we used to have and the calibrations and a lot of these things, a lot of people might have thought that I came with all this knowledge, but actually I was learning on the job as well, right? But again just because people have accepted me and wanting to work with me and accept, it was much easier, and rest was history. And again even Axis merger, I never done that kind of thing before, right? Talking to the people and working with the organization, giving everybody a respectable offer that they were looking for, and again working with that organization just to make sure that we are not poaching them, and etc. It was and again we gave some money to that organization also, just as a goodwill for building the team and then letting us take them over, things like that, right? So had a great amount of learning. And more than anything, I always believed that, as several people have recollected, the hierarchy and everything is on paper and is on the org chart. It doesn't have to be that way, and we are not that way, right? Like, we are really, I mean, with a lot of you, like, I'm really friends on a personal basis. We used to eat lunch together, we used to go on walks, we used to take a tea, and then we even went to trips, right? Like, it was really, there is a personal camaraderie, right? Like, and people used to even discuss their, as few people, Sharon and others have recollected, some advice. I used to give, like, and again, like, unsolicited nahi hai, like, solicited hi hai, like, and again, I never felt bad if they did not take, or they, giving is my thing, and then later whether they, I used to tell, like, the pleasure and risk and everything is yours, but again, like, लेना है तो ले और नहीं तो भी मुझे कुछ, I will not feel bad or anything like that, right? So anyway, like, it all works with it, and most of the arguments or anything like even what Shivani told about the two ladies and all is not about anything personal. It is about the teams and the increments.
Those ladies were James.
No, it is about the increments and the promotions and all those kind of things, right? Like, it was a lot of fight, but again, like, I always, and I used to tell many of you that were directly reporting to me, like, especially because I moved from there. I know a lot of those people, like, on a much before, like, I moved here. Let me be the bad guy. I'll have a longer runway than you guys. I don't want you to be burning out, any of the good relations that you have. You maintain. I will deliver what you want, but let me be the bad guy. Let me, like, be it Jim Daly's, be it Mark Carrington's, be it, like, anybody, like, So I used to be, and because I had some relation with them, and they can understand, like, where I am coming from much better than, if somebody else, like, was doing that, right? And we prevailed at the end of the day. Right, and we had, during this entire period, we worked for a number of bosses through various reorgs, to convergence after consulting acquisition, and we had maintained, like, really, and India Center was being looked at as a very good place. Like, they used to come here, and we used to treat them very, with these outings and fun. They used to really, like, in US, nobody really cares about other people. Like, everybody is. Top there, like, basically, in their own way. So there is no, they used to feel that, like, when they come here, like, they used to feel that, so much of energy, and even, like, the time that Dennis and Allison came, it was Ugadi.
Oh.
They dressed up in saris. Right, so, thanks to the help from our ladies,
That I understood, okay.
We didn't. Right, and so, and again, like, the main thing is, like, I know most of you on a personal basis, and I used to have a very approachable, demeanor, right? Like, so I used to tell people, like, I want you to love me, respect me, not fear me. Right, like, don't want to just, as if I get up, don't want to, pretend or anything. Like, it's okay, like, as long as the work gets done, like, today, morning, evening, doesn't matter. Like, you can do it anyway. So, and again, most of the people that I have, like, are very responsible and mature, and just, a small pointer needed to be given to them. But other than that, like, they kept my. I really let them do their job, but because they were doing it right. Like, there is, and again, yesterday somebody in the farewell call of, the IT team, they, I think when I told that, like, everybody was telling that, like, I'm very aggressive. Right, like, and people were telling that, like, I have seen many people, either they were aggressive or they were very friendly. But there is a person with a right blend, like, when to push, when to again put a hand on the shoulder, like, we have not seen person like. And then, like, when I was telling, like, in his time, when he stood up and talked, aggressive, like, we don't even know, like, which Naagendra are you talking about, like, we never saw aggressive Naagendra in CA. So then I was telling that, like, basically because they know that the managers were doing a little bit of bad boy job with the teams, like, and I was kind of, like, good. So it just, like, we switched the roles of good cop, bad cop, right? And Whereas and there we built the team from scratch. So everybody knew from the, whereas here in IT I had to come and make you guys unlearn certain things. Which they're very, very basic things how to when you give a commitment, you have to deliver. If you are missing it, you have to come and reset that. So, and it took almost 2 to 3 months. Every day nailing that point, every day repeating that point, every day making them do that. It was not a pleasant thing in the beginning, but later they understood that by doing that it is good for them, it is good for me, it is good for everybody, right? So that way, and now we got back into the very good camaraderie place, but now that is the stress that they were talking about. Initially, where I was aggressive, right? So that is the main point. The people that were there that are here in the CIT, they and again we had also 10 years. There it is just 2 years, right? So right, I have had an incredible amount of learnings and incredible amount of personal relations that we have built over years. And for example, I want to Ritesh, 12 o'clock, my birthday, my anniversary. First message comes from me. Money is on the race with him. Wishing, right? So, and it is that's a great quality to. Again, I am good at dates and as he told, right? But he is good at time also. Right? And I told I was challenging him try to. He said no, it's not that. Then I said karke dikao. Let the clock go from 12 to 12:01 and then wish me. I dare you.
I dare you.
Right, so like that, and that Tiger team. The other main thing that I remember is most of the projects, right? Whether it is the Tiger team exercise or later FMS or Tails or currently the one that I was working on until 2 to 3 weeks ago called AAL. If the project is in tough state, I am the go-to man. It will take some time, but again we'll put it back on track, right? And again I don't do it by myself, but again even in the case of that Tiger team, there was this performance every day, around 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock, the system will go down. And nobody would tell why and how. Right? Even though I did not have the responsibility for the R&D part of it. R&D part of it is managed by somebody in in Lake Mary that time for the campaign management product. But I was the one that was given the job, and basically several people tried it before and couldn't. It went on for 2 to 3 months, maybe 4 months, 5 months also, and the problem was never getting resolved. And we took it over, and again, it's not that I did any miracle, but brought the right people again every day, like a discipline. We worked on it, every day logically questioning, so if this is happening, then those questions I used to ask, and within 1.5 months or 2 months, the problem is solved for good. So that was a great experience, and similarly, like I told, these 3 projects that when I was just moved to IT, almost a year to 2 years to 3 years before, my job kind of become very light, because Bhushan, Shailendra, Janardhan, Venu, they were all taking care of things, and there was not, other than collecting the status from them and helping them with any people related issues or organization related issues or merits or those kind of things, I didn't have really much role, right? And that is also one of the reasons why I moved to IT, and once I moved there, oh boy, I had a work cut out for me, and there are 2 projects that I immediately had to put it back on track, the FMS and Tails, right? And we were working with people at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and few days we were still working, and money was about to go for a job. Right, so it was like that. But again, we did enjoy, the team still recollects that and tells that we never felt stress, and we never felt we have worked with the leaders, but they were not in the scene. They would come in the next day morning, how come it is not solved, damn, doom, kind of jump up and down all day. But not there, and trying to test the product and give and ask question and on the performance and those kind of things. We never saw that, and that is one thing that we remember. So again, I am really, really humbled and touched and floored by all your comments and the best wishes and everything. Absolutely, only the best things can happen, with such kind of, so much love pouring out, right? So I'm not at all, I'm absolutely convinced about that, right? And regarding my next phase, especially given my kids' position and etc., I'm seriously considering, relocating back to US. Don't know for sure, but that is my intention. Again, I am also not in any hurry. I will absolutely wait for the best, right and good opportunity for me. And if I don't get it in any time, so I'm not in any hurry. If I don't get it at all, also I'm not bothered. Thank God, I'm decently prepared, for this day. Never thought that it will happen, but again, I'm set. I'm not at all in any, so all I need, I don't want any worries or anything on your faces for me, but just keep me in your good thoughts and prayers, and all will be well. Right?
You.
Thank you.